Future Now show. Brought to you by the Club of Amsterdam.
Welcome, friends of the Future Now show. Today we are invited to meet an inspiring artist, a rich culture, and a friend. Welcome, Arnab, Bishnu, Chowdhury. Let's start at the beginning. How did everything start with you? I would like to talk about how you found your music, how your India influenced you, and how you found spirituality.
Well, I think first of all, thank you, Felix, who's been a long time friend and has been an inspirational person who's been bringing together people, ideas, processes in the area of preferred futures through Club of Amsterdam. So thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
So where do we start? So we have to go back to the beginning of the beginning, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think first, what's interesting is about my family. We come from the two streams of very interesting streams that come into the family. One is the music, Indian classical music. My grand uncle, Pandit Ravi Ghosh, was a violinist, a violin maestro. He studied Western classical violin and, more importantly, the Indian violin under Baba Allaudin Khan, who was the teacher, master teacher and genius, who also taught Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, the sitar maestro, and many others. Ravi Ghosh taught my father Arun, who was a vocalist, and I did my training under my father Arun. So in a way, it's kind of, let's put it this way, music runs in our blood, if you were to put it, genetically passed on. As you know, Indian classical music itself is a form of yoga, the yoga of music and sound. And in its essence, yoga itself means a union with the divine, with the self, S capital. So there are different streams of yoga. So when it comes to the yoga of music and sound, this training happened with my father Arun, so which consists of mantras, which consists of ragas, which are melodic modes with potentially healing properties. Then there is obviously talas, that's rhythm structures, which have very close, interesting relationship with mathematics as well. And then got interested into Western classical music, so I undertook piano, and I started improvising very early, also at the age of 10. And then that led to also an interest into electronic music. I've had the honor to serve and work with MIT Media Lab's Music, Mind and Machine Group, looking into AI, music and cognition, education and new paradigms with UNESCO, which have over the years led to the creation of Know Your Rhythm, which is a training program, a training methodology, and also the name of the international network that I run, which consists of artists and therapists. And so where we offer services in the area of research, composition, therapy. And what we do is we offer solutions and also new ways of looking into musicality. In terms of training program, essentially what we are trying to propose and engage the listener or the seeker is with that each one has to find their own very rhythm in life and work as a member of the collective as well as the individual. So there are immersive exercises with the yoga of music, sound, body, breath, and sleep.
Yeah, can you maybe explain the term music therapy a bit more in depth? What do you therapy need to heal something, but it's also coming from somewhere? So please explain.
So as a musician and composer, my idea is that can we go take the best of the past and bring it in a context of the present and the future. So when I say music therapy, essentially is what we do is I try to, as a composer for music therapy to begin with, we talk to a particular patient or a group of doctors and psychiatrists. We try to determine what is the emotion at play, what needs to be addressed. And obviously one of the biggest challenges is that stress and cause itself. How do we do a root cause analysis to figure out perhaps what are the particular conditions that have led to this condition? So we are trying to compose particular music that needs to be listened to either live as an active music therapy or as a receptive music therapy that is recorded. So along with that, we also suggest certain immersive exercises from Know Your Rhythm, whether it could be breathing exercises or it could be done in the form of lying in Shavasana or corpse pose, lying flat in form of basic yoga nidra. That means the yoga sleep and deep relaxation. So these are different modalities that we use, first in the form of research under clinical settings, that's on the research front. Then the other aspect is also when we are training, we often train, it could be just seekers who want to experience a better form of relaxation to begin with, leading up to better teamwork, better productivity, better empathy, and better collaboration in life, whether personal, social, and spiritual.
Music therapy is a global development happening maybe in the last 50 years or so.
Yes, the modern history of music therapy as we understand today, probably I'm told because I've been a member of the International Association of Music and Medicine, and also a member of the International Association for Yoga Therapists, IOIT.
Right.
So what I understand is that music therapy as it is today, as an allied medical profession, has its roots perhaps post-World War, Second World War, where music was looked as a medium to heal, to bring down stress, etc. In its essence, music therapy may have existed much longer across different cultures.
Yeah.
So it's just that now we would like to have evidence of psychological markers and physical health markers today, and prove that what under certain conditions, what certain music is doing to a particular set of patients, or in the form of care receivers, or it could be also given to caregivers. So
can you elaborate a bit more on Know Your Rhythm?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think
maybe also examples.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So when it comes to Know Your Rhythm, one is itself is a training program for caregivers of society. Felix, you are a caregiver too, because you provide ideas that stimulate for a more positive world, right?
Yeah.
So we are reaching out to doctors, we're reaching out to wellness experts, we're reaching out to therapists. That's on the healthcare front and wellness space. But also we've reached out to and done training workshops for management professors, lawyers, special educators, students, youth, anybody who thinks or who feels motivated to improve himself or herself for a better quality of the world.
Yeah.
So we've reached out to about 25,000 over the years. So that's on the training front. Now, when it comes to art, we've done a fair amount of work over the years in the field of dance, because I personally feel dance is a form of embodiment, which is one of the best ways to embody a particular ideal, a feeling, an emotion, combined with the right kind of music as stimulus, can be an experience not just for the performer, but also for the audience. So we have produced an Indian ballet, which has its roots in Aurobindo's thought on the mantra called Om Tat Sat, which encompasses his visionary ideas and interpretation of this particular mantra, including the origin of Om, which is considered the primary sound in Indian spirituality. So it's very interesting because we, through the text and the script that I wrote based on Aurovindo's various works, it looks into its origins as expressed in the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads.
Now let's look at your role as an artist. You have a parallel development. So you are a composer, but are you a composer to do therapy, or is therapy helping you to compose? Or are they not connected in your world?
But for me, it's a seamless integration.
Right.
Because then you get to also express the best in you as an artist. At the same time, you also want it to be a therapeutic and a spiritual experience for the listener or the viewer of the art form that is being offered.
How can we imagine your process of composing? How does it work? How does it work? How do you get the idea? How do you develop?
Essentially, I see myself as a composer of ideas, as a composer of words, and composer of music. So, and it's not just a solo performance, because the idea is also to bring in people and processes together. That means we have an international network where we bring the best out of everybody, whether it's a musician, a therapist, a doctor, a psychiatrist, or a dancer. So when we bring things together, it's the interplay that matters a lot, and navigating through egos at the same time.
It's a collective process also?
Yes, a very, very collective process. For example, the Indian ballet, the Om Tat Sat consisted of 50 musicians, and we recorded across different continents. And then we had 20 dancers and performers and martial artists performing it. So, yeah, so then it brings together a lot of people from different cultures. At the same time, at its core, the content offered is deeply Indian spiritual, but applicable to the world at large.
And let's talk about Auroville, about Sri Aurobindo, and maybe the vision of integral yoga, which is obviously very essential for your composing, but also about your healing work, right?
Right. The pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of truth, pursuit of beauty, pursuit of work, all together under a form of service to the divine. Okay.
Can you also maybe spend some words on the idea humans created a very special language, that's music, which is also a combination with love, right?
Right.
It's unique, and maybe it's the essential thing for our culture and our surviving.
Yes, I think
you would share this idea.
I work with musicality. It could be just looking at a beautiful star at night and you feel a sense of joy, you feel a sense of aha. The idea is, can we create conditions within ourselves to experience our moments? But it's not limited to just music alone. The conversation like right now we're having.
Any activity is also always in combination with music. There's always music. If you hear it or not, it doesn't matter.
If I were to say, the biggest element in music is silence. So what you don't get to listen or hear if you were to organize that in the right way, right sequence, with what is being heard and listened or played or performed in the right proportions, that's where the most beautiful music comes. We are inspired by trying to create music for a deeper cause, which includes healing, which includes taking music as a medium forward, and trying out new forms of collaboration. So this is what brings us together. As composer, I invite different musicians. Sometimes they do come in physically here at Auroville and Ashrams, and sometimes they're working from their own studios in different countries, and we collaborate together. So it takes a little more time, but it's very interesting because we undergo a lot of metamorphosis itself while the composition process happens and the collaboration happens.
Let's now get to the point where you could give some advice or hope or request to our audience. Do you have anything to tell them?
So I wake up every morning and feel gratitude that you are alive on this beautiful earth, and knowing, doing, and being, leading to an inner alignment. Find your own rhythm, know your own rhythm, and become that rhythm.
Beautiful, Arnab. Thank you very much. It was for me. It was not the first time, but I only knew parts of it. So inspiring for our audience and for people visiting you in Auroville or wherever they can meet you. Yeah. I wish you all the luck and success with your important work. Right.
Thank you so much, Felix. It's been an honor to speak with you and to come to know you. I think it's been probably 20 years now since
it's easy, yeah.
I've been contributing several articles over the last 20 years to your beautiful platform, and it's been a sheer honor to collaborate and have this beautiful conversation with you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then the last wish that the audience, please subscribe to our channel. We need the support. It doesn't cost anything, but it helps.
Absolutely. I'm hoping that everybody subscribes, whoever's watching this, and we need a better world. And I think Club of Amsterdam is playing its humble role in it.
We try, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Till next time, yeah.
Namaste. Thank you.